Hey everybody, I am Keaton. This is Kid Catholic Season 6, Episode 9. And Mother's Day was just a couple days ago on Sunday, and so I thought I would have my mom on, which I haven't done yet. I have yet to have her on.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, Season 6, but we finally did it. So she is a Catholic mom, as you could, I don't know why it's called Kid Catholic. So I wanted to ask you some questions about being a Catholic mom, because that's something that I could never relate to. So when and why did you decide to get your master's in theology? Because you do have a master's
I do have a
in
master's in
theology.
theology.
Yes.
I got my master's in theology because you and your brother, I decided to homeschool starting in kindergarten, and I used a Catholic curriculum called Seton. And I wish I could remember the question you asked me, but I couldn't answer it. You asked me some sort of question, and I couldn't answer a very basic kindergarten level question. So I started seeking out answers, and then I realized that every week I was having to go ask the priest the questions you were asking me. So I went and got a master's so I could answer your questions. I knew very little about the faith.
And now you do answer our questions,
Now I do
which is
answer your
funny that like you
questions.
went there for that and then it worked.
Imagine that.
Like, isn't that crazy? How did you manage to keep to raise Griner and I in our faith and keep us in our faith since we're such crazy kids?
You are such crazy, wild children. I mean, you were homeschooled. You kind of didn't have a choice. But what I have found that was interesting with you and your brother is that when it's time to go to Mass on Sunday, we go to Mass. I remember kind of being a kid and not wanting to go. But I always had to also, but I had to. You guys sort of want to. But I think teaching the why behind the faith, this is why we go to Mass every Sunday. You know, Jesus asked for 1 hour a week from us. And after everything he did for us, why wouldn't we want to give him that 1 hour? And you guys, I don't like the term bought into that because it sounds like I'm selling something that you wouldn't want to buy.
Yeah.
But it's true. That's just what we do as a family. There's no questions asked. We go to Mass.
Yeah, and I think, yes, we've been doing that for a while, and it's pretty cool. You know, I've been going to Mass since I was, like, a baby, even. And so, like, I'm sort of a veteran there.
You are.
So, but just not only Griner and I in general, because you have two other kids, too, right?
I do.
I think I have a younger brother.
You do have
right?
a younger brother.
And then I have a younger sister, don't
No,
I?
you have an older sister.
I have an older sister. I forgot. That's what I meant. I meant to say older sister. But how difficult is it to keep just a child in general faithful? Because my older sister, she was not homeschooled.
Right. And I'm sure, she went off to college and she did the college thing. She just turned 26 on Mother's Day. And I'm sure
Birthday.
happy birthday, sissy. I'm sure she probably strayed a little during those years. But I don't know that for a fact. I don't need to know that. There's some things moms just don't need to know. How difficult is it? You guys at your age have been homeschooled. You've been, I guess, sheltered probably from worldly stuff. So for you guys, it was very easy. With her, she's an adult. She can make her own choices, but she now has a little girl. And you know as well as I do that Brielle loves to go see Jesus every week. Loves to go see Jesus. She gets so excited when it's time to go see Jesus. And I think when you start them young with a love for Jesus and a love for the faith and a want to, is it difficult? Yes. But if you keep the sacraments in your lives and you keep receiving the graces from those sacraments, then you want to go and it doesn't become a challenge for the parents.
Less of a chore.
It's not a chore.
Making it less of a chore, more of an activity.
Right. It's just what we do. Mm-hmm. And being a part of the faith is more than just going to Mass. We did our night prayers and we turned the guardian angel prayer into a song. Your little brother would get up on the hearth on the fireplace and clap and dance to it. And, the faith is fun. God wants us to have fun. He wants us to enjoy life. And I think he probably loves seeing his children love to come to him and talk to him in prayer. And we did the children's adoration for a long time at church, where we brought you guys once a month, and I had a little curriculum, and we invited other people, and we sang songs and did adoration. It's just a part of our life.
And the excitement for sacraments. Like
right.
Gerald received his first communion. My younger brother received his first communion on Saturday, and he was super excited for it.
He was so excited for it. It was really cute too, because we went to Mass. The first communion Mass was that morning, and then we went to Mass Saturday night. And at 5 o'clock Mass, and at about 4:15, he looked at me and said, "What time is it? How much longer until communion?" And I thought he was getting excited to receive his second communion, but what he said was, "Well, can I have a snack?" And I just thought it was so cute that he's already on top of fasting for that 1 hour.
For an hour, yeah.
It was just, at 7, he knows he has to wait.
He really wanted that fun dip.
He really did.
Yeah. What do you enjoy most about not only being a Catholic mom, but also a Catholic teacher, since you are our teacher when we homeschooled?
Are you asking teacher in general, or like teaching the faith, or?
I don't know. I just ask the questions. I don't give the answers.
Well, I love being a teacher. I love teaching you guys. And part of it is just like your little brother, as he learns to read and as he learns, math and whatever, to see that light bulb come on and I get it, it makes sense, is so fulfilling. As a mother, as a teacher, I love knowing what you're learning every day. It makes dinner conversation fun when I know I don't get the what'd you do in school today? I don't get the I don't know, or nothing, or whatever. I know what you did in school that day.
Yeah.
And so conversations are fun, and know what you're learning about the faith. I also know that faith-wise, what you're learning is accurate and true Catholic teaching. I know we're not straying. You are learning the fundamentals of the faith. And at your age now, you're kind of beyond the fundamentals of the faith.
Yeah.
But I know it's true Catholic teaching.
Especially nowadays, with the internet and stuff like that, it can be especially hard to keep teenagers or even younger kids faithful with the Catholic faith. They can be led astray so easily now. I should say we can be, because I'm one too. So what advice would you give to other moms or dads who are trying their best to keep their child faithful and keep them from going astray?
I would say, I was born just after Vatican II, and so my teaching went a lot one direction. Mm-hmm. It went, not the band, like One Direction. Isn't that a band?
Oh, yeah, but they broke up, so it's not a thing anymore on the internet. People forget they exist.
I got a lot of the Jesus loves you and the touchy-feely of the faith, which is true and is great. Mm-hmm. But I did not learn the meat. Mm-hmm. I did not learn the why. Why is the Eucharist a sacrament? Why is baptism a sacrament? Where did it come from? What is a sacrament? I knew there were 7. I was not taught an outward sign instituted by Christ to give grace. Grace. The sacraments give us grace. I didn't learn those whys. So teach the why. Teach the meat. The kids, what I have found today is kids want meat. They don't want the touchy-feely, especially when it comes to God and to the faith.
We don't want to be vegan.
You're so funny. Oh my gosh, I don't even know how to respond to that.
I had to say it before I forgot.
Keep them rooted in the whys. Go to the, that optional Holy Thursday Mass, the Good Friday service, the Easter Vigil. Walk through it, talk to it, whisper during Mass. Hey, it's Jesus. You can kneel at consecration and lean in your little one's head and tell them what's going on during the Mass. And you can lean over at the, presentation of the gifts. Okay, now we're moving from the liturgy of the Word liturgy of the Eucharist, the 2 parts of the Mass. You can talk at home all day long about the Mass has 2 parts, but show them.
Yeah.
Show those parts and make them excited. And it makes them excited. It makes them want to be a part of it. You saw it with your little brother at our parish. The kids don't come forward for a blessing at communion. They stay in the pew once they're old enough to stay in the pew. Mm-hmm. And the idea was that it gets the kids excited to come forward. And it did with your little brother. Yeah. I mean, we saw that. He has sat in the pew for 3 or 4 years. And I mean, he was running up to receive Jesus in the Eucharist. And he's excited about the faith. And teach the meat, teach the why, answer the questions. If you don't know the answer to the question, find out. Today we have Google. It's a great source.
Google's pretty cool. Yeah.
Google's pretty cool. Teens your age, watch Kid Catholic on YouTube.
I've heard of that channel. It's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
They have a very good looking host.
Please. Yeah. But there's a lot of great, Catholic resources out there. Mm-hmm. Kid Catholic, of course, being the finest.
The best. Absolutely. Yeah.
But yeah, make a faith a part of your everyday life. We drive by a church. I make the sign of the cross because Jesus is right there. When we pass an ambulance or a fire truck, make it a part of your everyday life, not just your Sunday, weekend, 1 hour life. And if it's a part and rooted in your family, have a family saint. Mm-hmm. You guys investigated and chose our family saint, Maximilian Kolbe. And that's who you guys chose. And as he gave up his life for a dad. Mm-hmm. So make it a part of your life, not just a part of your 1 hour on the weekend.
Yeah, that's great. That's great advice. And so this last question, we both know it, but I have to say it for the camera. Am I, out of your 4 children, I am, of course, but am I the best looking of your children?
I love you so much, son.
I consider myself so. I mean, I personally.
One absolutely beautiful daughter.
Okay.
And I have 3 very handsome sons.
Okay.
And you're all very handsome and look nothing alike.
That's a good way to evade the question for the camera, but we both know what the real answer is. So thank you so much for coming on, Mom. So now that the topic is done, do y'all know what it's time for now? It's time for
the Saint of the Week.
So today's Saint of the Week is St. Maximilian Kolbe, like my mom was talking about. It is our family patron saint. He is the patron saint of families and of the pro-life movement, which is absolutely incredible. So he actually has an amazing martyrdom story. He was in Auschwitz in World War II. His prison number was actually 16670, and he's actually our family saint. So my mom got a tattoo that says 16670 on it, like St. Maximilian Kolbe's prison number. So St. Maximilian Kolbe, when he was imprisoned in Auschwitz, he was actually among the other prisoners, and it was said that he would pray daily with them, and he never feared death. He wasn't afraid to die. He knew that he would come to God. And there are a lot of stories of his life. A lot of stuff happened before he went to Auschwitz, but what I really wanted to emphasize today was the fact that there was a man who was a father who was to be sentenced to death by starvation. Now, he was a father, and St. Maximilian Kolbe wasn't. So St. Maximilian Kolbe volunteered himself in place of that father in order to die for our faith, which is absolutely remarkable that he was able to do that. It's absolutely incredible and something we can look to. Him and just like all martyrs, their bravery is absolutely incredible. But get this, he had no food, no water for weeks, and he was still alive. So they ended up giving him a lethal injection. And it was said that he held his arm out, just waiting for death, calmly waiting for death. Not upset, not sad, ready to join our Father in heaven. If you are that faithful, if you're that confident that that you are going to heaven, then that is absolutely incredible. Also, St. Maximilian Kolbe had a huge devotion to Mary, which is absolutely incredible. And Mary is actually pretty important. She's very important because she was a mother. And like all other mothers, they need to keep us grounded, right? They need to keep us from going astray. And we have so many things now, the internet. We have YouTube. We have all these things that can so easily lead us astray. And while it's okay to enjoy those things, we can't be led astray by those things. And Mary, the Virgin Mary, can help keep us grounded. And St. Maximilian Kolbe had an incredible devotion to her, which we all need to have. We all need to have an incredible devotion to the mother of Jesus Christ, the real mother of Jesus Christ, and she's still looking over us. We even saw that in Fatima, which was this past Sunday, right? The Feast of Fatima. No, Fatima, right? The Feast of Fatima was just a little bit ago. And so Fatima helps us see that too, right? Because Mary came down to them, and Mary stayed with them. It shows us that Mary is still watching over us, right? Because Mary came to the 3 kids and showed them the vision of hell and made the sun dance. And so it shows us that Mary is still watching us. And St. Maximilian Kolbe displays that as well, even throughout the terrors of World War II, even throughout the terrors of what was happening at that time. He never lost faith. He never lost hope that God was in command, that God was in charge, that God would prevail, and that the Blessed Virgin Mary was still watching over him even in that scenario, which is something that we absolutely need to look at no matter what terror might be happening in our own personal lives right now. We need to be like St. Maximilian Kolbe. We cannot have fear, we must remain faithful, and we must be ready to die for our faith. So thank you guys so much for watching. Before you click off this video, I wanted to let you guys know we are trying to hit 3,000 subscribers as soon as possible. So please share this video, share this channel with your friends and family. Tell them to subscribe to Kid Catholic so that we can get to 3,000 subscribers. That would be absolutely incredible. Also, please comment any saint or topic suggestions that you might have, and I might get to yours. Check out my website, kidcatholic.com. On there, you can find all my videos. You can shop, buy your very own Kid Catholic t-shirt. You can contact me. There's a full video of a talk I gave up there to a school in Tulsa, which is absolutely incredible. You can read about me. There's a photo gallery on there. Just go check it out. There's all sorts of different things you can do on there. The link to that will be in the description. Check out all 3 of my social medias, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. The link to all 3 of those will be in the description down below. So thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you did for your mom on Mother's Day, or about your mom on Mother's Day in the comments down below. So please like this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see y'all next week. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but these outros are getting so long. I'll see y'all next week, and hi, Brio!